movie review for The Killer. The Killer with Michael Fassbender. It starred him, huh? It starred him. And it's got some other people in it, but there's only one, and we actually never learned his name, I realized. In the credits it says The Killer. Because yeah, we never learned his name. We know that he has like a love interest. His hideout is in Dominican Republic. He's got a nice, really fancy house there. Actually, it's really fancy. It's pretty cool. And his what do you call? I guess his wife, girlfriend, whatever, she was attacked. And I guess the whole film he's looking, there was moments where I wasn't paying attention fully. But it seems that he's looking for the people that were responsible. And he leaves the last guy left alive. Because I guess he's so far up the chain of command with these killer people that, he really don't know why he's there. He really doesn't know, but all the other ones know. The lady knew exactly, and she even says, you can at least join me for my last supper. I like when she tells him this, how about you join me for the last supper? Then we'll go out to eat here. And, and he does, right? He joins her for that. But it's to no avail, obviously. She's gonna die, and he has these moments in the film where he does his own personal dialogue in the film. And when he's doing his own personal dialogue, he makes a point to say, you can't trust anyone. Never have empathy, never let your guard down, basically, in this industry. Mm-hmm. You can't do that. And, what was I thinking? In my head. He says that about the situation at hand in this moment. And sure enough, when he kills that lady, he shoots her in the head. I guess he's gonna walk her to the river. She's anticipating. She knows she's gonna die, but she's not quite sure when or how it's gonna happen. And that's when she does the slip, but it was a fake slip. Says, "Oh, why don't you help a lady out? Help me get back up." And when he shoots her, boom, there's the knife. You can't blame these people for trying, at least. There's another instance where there's this guy in the office. That character, that was the guy from Mission Impossible. That's the guy. That actor in that movie, he was from Mission Impossible. But, yeah, he shoots him in the chest with a nail gun. And he said, when he's dying, he says, I think in his head, not out loud, but in his head, he mentioned, his body weight and based on his age or his history, if he's a smoker or not. He's breaking down, how long the estimated time be for him to die. And he even puts a newspaper on the ground, so when he dies, he wraps his head in it. And there's a lady there, too, and she says, hey, I know the names that you need. So that's where he gets the names, actually. He wasn't going to tell them the names of the people. But she does, I guess, in a plea to spare her life. But though she does make a point to tell him, how do you call, he knows that what he does, he's a killer, and how he can just make people disappear and whatnot. But she basically pleads with him, I know you're going to kill me, most likely, but if you can just let my body be found, let me be discovered, that would be appreciative, right? He's got this house, he's got a storage unit in Louisiana, and he's got a house. I think he even mentions, what will happen if my storage unit, the payments weren't dry, because I guess theoretically one day they will. And they discovered my storage unit. And what I have in there is going to be quite awkward, is it? And I guess he has a house that he rents out there too, because there's what do you call? He takes her back to the home, and the home's got a MacBook. It's kind of funny. There's a MacBook in the home for some reason, but he kills her. He does kill her. He snaps her neck. So, you're not escaping this guy. Michael Fassbender, you're not escaping him. I like when he's in Paris and he's naming facts about Paris and stuff and French people, and and he gets McDonald's. He mentions something about how many McDonald's there are in France, and then we see him on the bench eating McDonald's. He has a botched job. He fails to kill the guy. He kills the prostitute instead, or dancer, whoever that lady was, and and obviously, so he's got to get out of that whole situation. But it sounds like the result of him failing to execute that guy resulted in his lady friend, his girl, getting beat up and whatnot. But she does survive the attack. They don't kill her. She does survive the attack. And towards the end of the film, we see we see them together at the beach. It's kind of cute. We see them together at the beach, and she is what was I thinking in my head? Thinking of something. She's got some of the scars and tissue, like she got some of the wounds, but they're healing up. And I think the guy in the hospital was her brother or something, and that's what leads them to go on this whole rampage of revenge, basically. It's like a revenge story, that's what it is, that's it. And the killer movie, it's got good cinematography, it looks pretty, the shots are nice, the violence is good, I like the violence. There's one guy that probably wasn't part of anything was the taxi driver guy. Well, I guess he's connected somehow to the whole ordeal, but like that taxi driver guy, I don't think he was a killer per se, but he kills him in the taxi. He's got the cigarette, and he's saying something about, I forgot what he was saying to him, saying like, hey man, listen, why don't we just, I forgot what he was saying, but I like how I kind of like how he kills people. He doesn't take long to get to the point. And in the film, when he does his montage of talking to himself, he's mentioning things like this, like, his line of work, there's no waiting around, there's no dilly-dallying. When it comes to killing people and shit, you just have to kill them right off the bat, like basically, right? No wasting time with this. But I like this. I like this movie. I enjoyed it. I like the sort of vibe of it. Thriller. It's a thriller film. Like thriller, suspense, slow burn. It's kind of slow, right? But it's got just enough killing that it keeps me entertained enough. I like when they showed him ordering the thing from Amazon. They showed him typing it in Amazon, and then they show him picking it up sometime later from the locker. The guy, he breaks into his penthouse apartment. He says, wow, top security. So much for this top security, supposedly. There's this assassin guy, he break into my penthouse. And Michael tells him, he says, to him, hey, listen, if I ever have to come back, I'll kill you in a creative way. It won't be him dead in his penthouse. But he starts naming ways, he'll think of ways to kill him, basically. And so that's unsettling. I don't think that guy can arrest anymore. I think that guy was probably the more famous, unlike all the other people that he killed. They're a little more obscure. This guy, he's in the news and stuff. So the crazy Floridian guy, not crazy Floridian guy, he was defending himself, but a workout for, he got a nice house. This guy, his house is on stilts, because it's in the area it's prone to flooding and stuff. And what do you call in that one scene, there was quite a fight. He really gave him a fight. He gave him a run for his money. The whole fight sequence they had in that moment, it was good. And so that was probably maybe the most difficult death that he had to deal with out of everybody. And I forgot who gets killed before Florida. Oh, yeah, it was the New Orleans guy. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I like this movie. It was nice. Michael he goes from France, goes back to the Dominican Republic. That's where he lives, right? Discovers something's happening, so then he goes to the U.S., starts killing people and shit over there. Then he comes back. And he's like, okay, well, that's finished now. I'll come back to... I guess presumably he may still be in the industry. I don't know. I didn't pay attention all the way with the film, but I liked it enough, what I did. what I did manage to pay attention to at moments, and it's nice. I liked it. The Killer. And that concludes my review.